Hello everyone and welcome back to Jenna Voice. Today's video I wanted to make all about thankfulness and what we're thankful for as singers. Thanksgiving was 2 weeks ago now, today, but you know, it's still very much the season of thankfulness and giving, so it's all relevant. I was hoping to make this sooner, but life happens. So the main reason I wanted to make this video is because this time of year it can be particularly difficult to feel really thankful and grateful for things that are happening in our lives as singers, as it's the middle of audition season. A lot of us might be feeling stressed and disappointed and overwhelmed, as well as if you're in school, finals are coming up, school is so stressful, and all of the things that are coming along with that, whether you have a recital coming up or performances of other sorts to prepare for, it can just be a very overwhelming time of the year. So I think it's important to take a little bit of time and reflect on what we're thankful for this year, what we have to be grateful for. So if you're having a hard time thinking of where to start with what to be thankful for this year, I think a great place is to think about what you've improved upon this year in terms of your technique or your performance abilities. For me in particular, I think my biggest thing, I mentioned this in, I think, my last video, but I just learned a new French aria recently this year, and I really love it. And it's been really hard for me to find French repertoire that I love listening to as well as singing. As I mentioned, French music, I have a harder time just with the French language compared to Italian and German, but I just think it's really exciting that I have a new aria that I'm really excited to sing and that I want to learn more. It gets me excited. It like propels this motion into wanting to find more French repertoire that makes me feel like this rather than avoiding French repertoire, which I feel like I've done for most of my education as a singer. So I'm especially grateful for that because there's so much great French repertoire and I want to explore it and know it and be eager to share it with people rather than hide away from it. So that is my first thing, is my new French aria. Okay, so the second thing that I'm grateful for or thankful for this year is that I get to work for a really great opera company. As I mentioned a few months ago, I was cast this season as one of the chorus members at Utah Opera. I've only done one gig with them so far, but I have another opera that I'm gonna be in this spring to look forward to. And I'm just really excited that I get to like sing professionally, work with a great company. I also started another job with them. I just started working in their patron services office a couple of months ago, which is another reason my videos have been a little farther between, so I apologize for that, but this has been such a great opportunity for me. It's taught me so much about the business side of an opera company or a symphony, how they raise money every year, because all operas and symphonies have to fundraise in order to function. Nonprofit organizations need donations, and that can seem like a hard thing for people to understand, but like ticket prices really don't cover the cost of putting on a fully staged production with great singers and costumes and good set pieces and good directors. Like, it costs so much money. So understanding how we are able to keep all of those parts in motion and communicate to the general public that we need their help and everybody can make a difference, even if it's just with a small donation, and also finding ways to help audience members save money if they're regular attendees and want to attend several opera performances or know they're going to come to several symphonies or more, and we can bundle packages together for them and get them good deals and good seats and fill up our seats. Like, that's exciting for both people, like on both ends. So I'm just grateful that I get to learn more about that. And also my colleagues are awesome. I love working for Utah Opera at any level. So this has just been an exciting past few months for me, and I'm very, very grateful that I get to be a part of that company in more ways than one. Okay, so the next thing that I am thankful for this year as a singer are the 3 auditions that I've had. I've put up 3 audition review videos for this season so far, and to be honest, for a lot of singers, 3 auditions, it's not that much. A lot of singers get many more auditions than that, but then there are also so many singers who are lucky to get 1 or 2 auditions, and I think it's really important for me to keep that into perspective and remembering how competitive this business is. It's hard to get auditions, it's hard to get gigs, and the fact that I've had 3 auditions for paid programs, as in they would pay me if I was hired by them, I think is a really big deal. It's the most amount of auditions that I've had ever since I've started auditioning, especially for paid programs. This is a new record for me, which is exciting. It's showing that things are going in a positive direction, that I'm getting better every year, my recordings are better every year, and that I'm making progress, and that's really exciting to hear. So if you're someone who's in a similar place as me, where you've gotten a few or a handful of auditions and you're able to go to all of them, also, I know some people who have gotten auditions and have had to like choose a few just from the ones they've been offered, because it's expensive just to travel for those auditions and you don't even know if you're gonna get in. So sometimes people need to pick and choose because it's just a money suck every way around, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm really grateful that 3 companies so far have showed some interest in me and have invited me to perform a live audition for them, and that is not something to forget. So remember that if you're auditioning this year, this season, be grateful for every audition that you're offered, and really don't take any audition for granted. Everyone I consider to be a stepping stone in a way towards my goal, towards me improving as a singer, as a performer, as an artist. So it's all a journey to be remembered, is another way of thinking of it. But yeah, don't take any audition for granted, and be thankful for the ones that you're getting and are able to travel to or to afford to go and perform live for. All right, the next thing that I am grateful and thankful for this year is my new keyboard, my Williams Allegro 2 digital keyboard. I did a whole review on this keyboard. If you haven't watched it, I'll attach a link to it somewhere in this video or in the description below. It has been such a blessing for me to have. I didn't have one while I was in school because I had access to practice rooms, but since graduating, I have not had that same access, so it was really important for me to invest in a keyboard, and believe me, it was an investment, so I needed to do some research, and I'm really glad that I picked this one, and it has worked so well for me. It's unfortunately still on my floor. I still need to get a stand for it, but it has been working so well. I'm really pleased with the performance of it, and it's been so helpful for me learning my new audition arias and chorus music, and it's just an invaluable tool for me as a singer to have a piano, access to a good piano. And so I'm extremely grateful for this tool that I have in my apartment at my disposal anytime I want to use it. So it's amazing. Okay, so the final thing that I wanted to mention that I am thankful for this year is kind of an ironic one. It's that I'm thankful to be done with school, to be honest. When I first graduated, which is around the time that I started this channel actually, I was having a hard time with kind of grappling life after school. Like I mentioned, I was in school my entire life. I didn't take a break between high school and my undergrad or my undergraduate studies to my graduate degree. I just went back to back to back. So that was kind of all I knew. And I was very used to it and comfortable with it. So to be done was very scary at first. I didn't know what I was doing exactly. It was strange not having that structure in my life, things that I knew I had to do, but like, it was like a set schedule for me, essentially. And I knew that I had tasks to do, and I felt like I had purpose and was really accomplishing a big goal, and that was really meaningful and exciting for me. But then having that done, I was like, okay, what do I do now that's still meaningful and fulfills purpose in my life? Well, after some time, I really just realized that it gave me the opportunity to focus on myself and goals that I could set for myself that weren't revolved around finishing a course or getting good grades or preparing my next recital. It gave me an opportunity to focus a lot more on my own self-development and realize the little things that I wanted to work on and focus my energy on now that I was finished with school. And so I'm just really grateful for having that opportunity since this past spring, honestly. I've still been incredibly involved in music, as you've seen in my videos, my traveling to Italy, doing a program there, performing a significant role, and then my work that I've started with Utah Opera over the past 4 or 5 months has been incredible. And I'm still learning new music, I'm still taking lessons, so it's not like my education is over. My education's never going to be over, really. Just the structured school life is over. And I like that. I like that I have time to read for fun now instead of read course assigned work. Like, that is so exciting for me. I have so many books that I've like just putting off for years because of school. I'm not the fastest reader, so I frankly just didn't have the time to do reading on my own in addition to readings that I had to do for school. So that alone is so exciting for me, and just having a lot more downtime, you know, not having to pull all-nighters studying or finishing big projects. It's so nice. Like, I'm so grateful that I put in the work for school and that I accomplished 2 degrees in 6 years. Like, that's amazing, and I'm glad that I have that under my belt. But I'm not eager to go back and do a doctorate or a PhD or anything like that. So right now I'm super good with just having my master's. We'll see if I change my mind anytime in the future. That door is always open, but right now I'm in a good place. Let's just put it that way. I like where I am with my level of education that I've achieved to this point, and with the projects that I've been working on since finishing my last degree. So anyway, I was a bit rambly, but I hope I can inspire some of you to remember what is important in life and what is worth remembering, that you are making progress constantly, even if you're feeling very frustrated and exhausted at this point of the year. Just take a little bit of time to look back at what you've accomplished, because I bet you can come up with more than 5 things. I think I talked about 5 things. I bet you could come up with at least 10 or 15. There's so many things we accomplish, especially at this time in our lives, our school years. There's so much going on. So really take a moment and reflect and appreciate, and that's just the message I want to send forth. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have some things already in mind that you're so grateful that you accomplished this past year, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And as always, if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do so you can keep up with more videos like this, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.